better. We still got a long way to go. These games are really good for us just because, you know, we're relying on a lot of young guys, and this is all new for them. And I've said it prior to this game. I've told many people that it was going to be hard for us to beat Georgia State because, you know, we weren't ready to play against them in a lot of different areas, but that's why we needed the game. And you got to give Georgia State credit. Secondly, this is just part of what we're trying to, you know, when you're counting on young guys, this is part of it. And it's part of time and things of us growing. But that's why you have these games in the preseason and the exhibition that don't count against your record, so we can get exposed on some things that we need to get exposed on and continue to get better. And we were improved in some areas that we played against on our scrimmage. We were better at, but we were also, you know, this is the first time we've really seen zone and some different things. And, you know, other than us maybe playing a little bit in a practice, these are areas that we've got that will help us continue to grow. But the good news is it doesn't count on countable record.
What did you learn about the way you attack a zone that you didn't already know?
Well, I mean, listen, I thought last year we were really good against zone. We became really good against zone. But it was no different than last year when we had to go to overtime to beat Shorter. I mean, we had to go to overtime at the beginning, and they played zone against us, and we struggled. Or North Carolina A&T. It took us a while, but then we got into conference play, and we became pretty good against zone. So this is good for us because we get to see it early. We don't have to wait until, you know, like a North Carolina A&T right before conference. So look, we're 3 for 25 from three-point range. I mean, we can sit here and dissect anything else we want to dissect. We missed a lot of open shots. But we've got to do some different things to make it even maybe simplify it for our guys so it's not as confusing for them.
Did you like the 3 points shots you were taking?
No, some of them, Ken, were just so wide open. You got to let them fire it. They just got to make it. You know, but some of them were rushed, but a lot of them out of the 25, I'm probably 18 were wide open. I mean, you know, were wide open.
Can you tell us about Josh?
You know, it went through the skin, the bone did, so, you know, we'll just have to wait for the doctors to come back, but he could be out for a while. We just don't know yet.
So it's broken as opposed to dislocated?
I don't know. Well,
Is it left hand?
Left hand. Left hand.
Speaking of injured folks, how about Alston?
He had you know, he's been out all week. He just came back yesterday. He had this virus he got from something going around at the school. So he was out all week, and then he just came back to practice yesterday, and he was really playing well for us. Even in the scrimmage, he played really well. So, and then the trainer said he had a sprained MCL. Same thing as Sylvester.
What's Vest's timeline, by the way? Ballpark even.
Could be another 2 weeks or so before, you know, he did a little bit of an individual today, but it was bothering him, so we're just kind of, you know, just waiting we've been banged up a little bit. And we unfortunately haven't had our full teams at practice due to just injuries, concussions, and minor stuff. And then we got hit pretty hard. Our team got hit with this virus going around on campus. We got hit pretty hard on that. He was just team violation of rules, so he was suspended for today.
Will he be back?
I expect him to be back Thursday.
What was your evaluation of Jose and Justin on the floor same time?
Well, I started them together just to kind of see how it looked, just to see what we were going to try some different lineups. Neither played well. I told Jose this. Like, he really played hard the last five. Like, he was gritty the last 5 minutes. But I told him, hey man, I didn't bring you here to do that the last 5 minutes. You got to do it from the start of the game. That's who you are. Now maybe it's new for him underneath the lights. He was a little shy or whatever it may have been, but he can't wait till the 35-minute mark to get going. We need that energy from the start, and it's a direct reflection on his defensive rebounding. He had no defensive rebounds. He played 30 minutes. Justin played 27. That's 57 minutes and 2 defensive rebounds out of those 2. Guard rebounding, you know, we spent all time on the rebounds this week, and they had 15 offensive rebounds. That and turnovers are even as bad as we shot the ball, it's our 14 turnovers, them getting 15 offensive boards. Because I have said the 3 things for us to win this year, for us to make we got to be great at, is free throw shooting, which we were good today, 23 for 28. We have to be able to take care of the ball, have single-digit turnovers, and we've got to be able to hold the team to single-digit offensive rebounds. And those are two of the three we were pouring today.
What do you think of the three freshmen?
I thought Moses, I mean, Kurt did some good things, but he's got to make those threes, and he had, you know, he's got to get on the offensive glass more, but he's got to make those open threes. We need him to make it. And Evan Cole gave good effort, but he had a couple missed defensive rebounds that were big that gave him second chances. And then Moses, I thought Moses was most active today. He had a couple turnovers, but he was active. At least he was really active.
I mean, the idea of playing without Josh for however long is, that's not one I'm sure you're very excited
Well,
about.
no, I mean, listen, I mean, it's just kind of, this is why we're, you know, we need games, you know, and we'll get better, just like we got better last year. I mean, we sat here, you know, we got lucky against Shorter, but we got better. And it's just, this is just part of it. This is just part of our team that we're going to have to get better. And we'll get better as the year goes. And we'll, there's no question about that. And if we don't have Josh for a while, we'll just have to deal with it. And next man's got to step up and get the job done. No one wants to hear any excuses about it. So, I mean, I love Josh, and he's an unbelievable young man, so I hate it for him. But, you know, whenever they say he can be back, but the next guy's got to get the job done.
Could you tell that Georgia State was meant a little?
I told Marvin Lewis before the game, or before we scheduled the game, that, you know, and I've told, you know, that there's a good chance they were going to beat it. I was on radio earlier this week, and they're asking us, I said, there's a real good chance Georgia State's beating us. We didn't spend any this week working against their zone. We don't have time because we got to clean up us. Like, we spend a lot of time on we've had to spend a lot of time just on shell principles defensively, like where to be in the gap and high hand closeouts. And so it's no different than our preparation on Sunday and this game, because when we played our scrimmage and in this game, we didn't prepare for either team. We shot around this morning and showed a little film to walk through some of the things, but I knew that was going to happen, that could possibly happen, but I also knew I couldn't take away 2 days of practice in a normal way of preparation for a team when we needed to really take those 2 days to continue to get better at just the fundamentals. And that's what we need right now. Now, as we move into accountable games, like when we open up UCLA, obviously I would never do that. We would have 2 full days of scout and everything else, but so I don't put all the blame, there's no blame for anyone. I knew this could happen, but we needed the game. And it's better playing a team that, you know, the reason I also felt good about Georgia State is I loved it is the zone. We needed things against the zone. We need to see what we didn't do well, and we have film for it, and we can work from there. But those are just, you know, it's just part of it. We'll get better as the year goes on, but we've got to just clean up a lot of little things, and that's why we need practice time. Okay, thanks everybody.